Good evening all. Laverne from Restoring Life Restoration Center. Okay. Good evening. It's Minister Laverne from Restoring Life Restoration Center. Before I start talking, I'm going to give all those who want to click in a chance to click in. I thank you for coming on tonight and sharing with me. I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to come on. We're going to discuss tonight how to recognize signs of abuse. Once again, I thank you for coming on. I thank you for those who have been supporting our fundraiser. I thank you for posting, allowing others to see how the Lord is using us in this season. Just say amen or hello when you get on. Anybody's on yet? Okay, once again, I bring greetings from the Restoring Life Restoration Center. I'm here to share tonight on how to recognize abuse. I'm not going to be before you long. Good evening, Sabrina. I see you on tonight. Thank you for joining us at Restoring Life Restoration Center. Long time no see. So we're going to once again discuss how to recognize abuse. There's many different types of abuse. You have physical abuse, you have emotional abuse, you have mental abuse. I think I fall in all categories when I speak for myself. I may not speak for others, but I can speak for myself on these levels of abuse. Um, Good evening, Toy. I see you clicked in. Thank you for coming in and sharing with us on tonight. So once again, we're going to discuss just a little bit about physical abuse, emotional abuse, and mental abuse. For me, I've been through every last one of these abuse situations because all of these happened to me in that one relationship. So the first time that I recognized that I was abused and I didn't get out. This is my testimony of not getting out when I recognized the signs and still married the person. I can remember I was pregnant with my son who is now 30 years old. So I was at the grocery store with my husband on this specific day, and out of nowhere, we got into this big argument. It was over nothing. He started calling me names. Oh, you ugly, you fat. That's definitely a sign of abuse. That is abuse all the way when somebody start calling you names for no reason whatsoever. But that conversation and that argument went on from the time we went to the grocery store until we got back home. Now, mind you, I was 7 months pregnant, and I'm in a car literally arguing with this man, and I'm pregnant. But when I got out of the car to go to the door to step down the stairs, he pushed me down the stairs. Thank God I didn't lose my child. I was 7 months pregnant at the time. But right there, that was physical abuse. The first part of that abuse was emotionally and mentally tearing me down, calling me names. The second part of that was the physical part when he pushed me down the stairs and I was 7 months pregnant with my son. So when people start to call you out your name and begin to belittle you and try to make you feel less than who you are and you know what God has made you. That's abuse. That's abuse. And most of us recognize that when we get in it, but then we find a reason not to leave. We try to make it seem like we did something wrong and we caused that. But I'm here to tell you, we don't cause abuse because no woman deserves to be abused. If you're in a relationship and somebody start calling you out your name, calling you ugly, and just for no reason at all, you need to take a second look at that person because they're dealing with something within themselves. Either they're out there cheating and now they feel guilty, so they come back in and they take it out on you. And that's what my husband did to me. He was out there in the streets. He was upset with what he was out there doing. He came back. He took it out on me. So now I was the one being abused over the stuff he did. So we have to take a deep look at ourselves and say, what is our worth? What am I worth? I'm a child of God, so I know that I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. And to even allow someone to tear me down in that manner and I still be with them years later, not only did he abuse me in with that first pregnancy, but the second one too. So when do you say to yourself it's abuse or that you love yourself? Because you have to love yourself in order to know that you don't deserve that. So we have to find ourselves in this. We have to stop letting people make us think that we less than who God has made us. Again, I was physically abused, I was emotionally abused, and I was mentally abused. But to God be the glory, I'm here today to tell the story. And I want every woman out there who think they're not being abused, that is not love. Love does not hurt. Love is patient, it is kind, it is in First Corinthians. We must know that God loves us and that we are not to allow anyone to abuse us. Recognize the signs, ladies. Don't let nobody start calling you out of your name, making you feel less than beautiful, less than who God has made you. Because we are beautifully and wonderfully made. I will not allow anyone to ever tear me down again because I know who I am in God. And once you know who you are in God, you're never going to let anyone tear you down again. So I want you to pass the message on today. I'm not here just because I'm here because this is the moment that God has ordained me to be in front of this camera to tell people my story because I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot of women out there. They may not comment to this, but they saying this is them. I've been there before. So guess what? Or I'm there. And if you're there, get out like your life depends on it because you don't deserve it. God didn't call you to that. Sometimes we ask the question of Lord, why am I going through this? But I feel like I went through this and what I went through in my life in this journey so that I could be a blessing to others. It was nothing that I did wrong. It was that God knew he can use me. So he took me through that travel. He took me through that journey so that I can help others. So tonight, I want you all to know that you're wonderfully made. We are physically beautiful. We are emotionally beautiful. Don't let anyone tear you down. I'm not talking about just man. We have abuse in all type of relationships. Abuse don't just come from a personal relationship. It comes from friends. It comes from families. It comes from marriages. It comes in all forms. So I'm here to encourage you tonight. This won't be my first meeting with you or my second meeting with you to talk to you about abuse. I will be on every week to discuss some form of abuse so that we can help a loved one. We can help a friend that is in need, that is scared to share. Yes, I was scared to share, and here I am 20 years later to share the story. Why? Because I am no longer fearful. I am beautifully and wonderfully made by God, and He is using me at this time to encourage others and to let them know there is no need to be afraid. So tonight, I want you to hear me clear, ladies. If you know someone that is going through abuse, please have them call me. I don't have any problem with sitting and talking to anyone. This is why God has put me in this place that I am in tonight, because now I'm willing to share. Because you know why? When you're willing to share, you know that you have healed. You know that you can discuss these things that happened to you in your life. It's been 20 years, but 20 years later, I'm healed, I'm delivered, and I'm set free. So now what I want to do in this 20-year period is help another woman be healed, delivered, set free, and let her know that she's beautifully and wonderfully made, no matter what someone has put in her ear, no matter how much someone has broke her down and told her that she's ugly, she's not pretty. We are beautiful, because guess what? It is not the outer appearance. It's the Bible tells us that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. That's the person who's looking on you. And guess what? I'm beautiful because God made me. And that's the only person that I'm worried about, that's seeing that I'm beautiful. So once we can phantom that, and we can get that in our minds, that nobody can define who we are, we can move past it. So tonight, I'm here once again, and I'm going to keep coming on, and I'm going to keep encouraging. Somebody's going to reach out that's going through, that's going to be on this Facebook Live calling out for help, and I'm here for you. Again, I posted my new phone number here at Restore Life Restoration Center. Once again, I want to thank you for getting on, listening. I'm going to come back again every week with a different story about abuse, how we don't deserve it, how we shouldn't allow it. It is not what God has intended for our life. So in closing this message, I just want to remind you that I do have a free raffle going on. It's free. It's free. Who wouldn't want something free? I'm giving away my books, and I'm giving away a Restoring Life Restoration Center sweatshirt. I posted on my page how to enter. Please enter. It's free. You don't have to pay for shipping. I'm going to pay for shipping. It's going to be 3 winners. Also, my fundraiser will be up and running until September. Please feel free to donate. We don't have no problems with accepting donations, because again, I'm nonprofit. The profit ain't for me. The profit is for the women of God. So I thank you on tonight, and I ask that you all keep me in prayer and what God is using me to say and do. It's nothing that I'm saying so wonderful that has got me here. But I'm just asking you to keep me in prayer so that God can continue to use me, and that someone will hear the voice and want help and can get out of a situation they're in. So once again, I thank you on tonight. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.